Welcome to Cafe Upfront in our series of tech entrepreneurs. Today we have Dhruv Khanna, a very old and close friend.
Yeah.
And he's a co-founder of DataResolve, which is a Indian tech organization. So welcome, Dhruv.
Thanks, and thanks for hosting me here.
Yeah. So where do we start? Okay, let's start about early life. How it,
I think So I think I started my career with cybersecurity. So
Okay.
been in the cybersecurity for almost like 25 years. I think the blood is fueled with cyber.
Yeah, correct.
So the understands cybersecurity, right? And I think I've seen those days of cybersecurity when nobody knows what cybersecurity was, right? I remember firewall, antivirus, BS77. Nobody used to know, and right? And engaging a customer on those tools or services was not so easy and people used to tell me you picked up the wrong industry.
Yeah,
because there was the industry of compute, servers, hardware, networking. Those days,
Yes.
25 years back, if you go
Yes.
back, right? And I think so. But yeah, I think it's a great journey. I think the world has evolved. Cybersecurity has evolved. I think a lot of friends who used to tell me don't join, they're still now they're part of cybersecurity.
Yeah, same, correct.
So yeah, so it's an interesting experience, a great journey in cyber, and I think we are very few or handful cybersecurity professionals who started their career in the last 25 or 30 years. Very few. I think I know only 15-20 of them in the country, including you, right? So
Yeah.
correct. So yeah, it's a good evolving field. Learning, we learn every day.
We learn every day.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think that's how the journey started, and I think pivoted into the entrepreneurship. I think almost 8-9 years back when DataResolve happened, correct? And I think that really, gave us a new life, or I would say the new version of data or cybersecurity at a different level. Thanks to you.
So DataResolve was not your first venture. You did something before that as well.
So I think
right?
I was part of August for a very
Correct.
short while. It's a good 4.5 year stint.
You were co-founder there as
No,
well,
not a
right?
co-founder,
Okay.
but I was more part of the core team.
A core team.
I think helped them to build the business for the India region, worked with the founders very closely. And I think that's where I learned, I got some instincts on startups, right? Instincts on entrepreneurship. I think I would say I was spoiled because of being part of the journey. I thought I got into the job and I realized, no, I think I'm not the right fit for a job. And I think the right fit for me is to start something. And that's how it all happened again.
And so that triggered you.
Yeah, that was trigger point.
That the stint that probably August triggered you to
correct. August
do something of your own.
Correct.
Why DLP kind of a solution you chose?
Okay.
There could be a lot of other solutions in the market.
Correct.
Yeah.
So I think two reasons. One, I think cybersecurity only had two choices. One choice is you build something which is very innovative, very new in the market. Nobody is there, right? That's one choice. Second choice is, which is me too, where we say somebody's already done some great job. Let me capitalize on their sales and marketing investment which they have done.
Okay.
So if you go with the first choice, I think the investments, money required is at a next level, right? But if you go with the Me Too approach, I think because you're capitalizing on someone's effort.
You already market.
They're already in the market, right?
Yes.
Already, I think coined DLP, what DLP is all about.
Yeah.
So I think thanks to my competitors, it gave me an opportunity to capitalize on their work already. So we decided to pick up one second choice. Then DLP, why? Because we thought DLP is a very big market over a period. Because the way automation is happening, everything is on the edge, right? And I think post-pandemic, it was proved that edge is very critical now. Because the employee is working from anywhere, carrying a lot of sensitive data on his laptop. And he's virtually out of the corporate boundary. Or a virtual security perimeter, what we generally used to call it. So once you're out of the virtual security perimeter, right?
Correct.
Organization has no visibility what's happening. And I think what we thought 8-9 years back, we were able to prove post-pandemic.
It is now transforming into that.
And the business is scaling up. Yeah. So I think it was right instinct, I must say. We picked up this field. Yeah.
What were the early struggles? I mean, that is very important.
I think early struggles, one, Indian customers. I think there are very few Indian cybersecurity companies who have established their name in the market. So there was a trust factor, which was largely dominated by the Western nations in cybersecurity. That's one reason. Second issue was the skill. Because hardly skills there in the market around cybersecurity, right? The third is also about you cannot compete with the billion-dollar global giants against them in the market, which means you have to build robust use cases for which you need team, you need skills, you need money, you need resources, right? Which was not easy. So I think while it was a tough journey, I think, but our success mantra, I would say, was We picked up the customer A, build a very basic product, ask them what is we are missing in the use case. So we approach the use case story. And then these are the issues we have which you're not addressing. Can you build it for us? So we built something for the customer A. 2 use cases were added.
Okay.
Went to the second customer, 4 use cases were added.
So every new customer had given you some use cases.
And with this, the product become very matured. It become robust. And when we go to the customer, we realize, hey, we cover everything. So I think, and it's still that the learning is still there. The journey is still there where we keep on building up from the customer feedback. Yeah.
So I think initially there was a lot of, I would say, acceptance was there. Initially, acceptance was tough because
was
being
tough.
an Indian company.
Being an Indian company, the new product, not tested, no customer base, right? And you're competing with somebody who's a billion-dollar company, been in the market for 20 years plus, right? So definitely the adoption was later. Acceptance was very poor, right? I would
Adoption
say.
was there.
But
Okay.
there are very good customers who interested us. I think shown their commitment to work with us, and we worked very hard with them to ensure that we meet their expectations, we deliver the use cases they wanted. And I think this really helped us to scale the customer. And with that customer references, we start acquiring customer by referencing. And referencing model really worked well for us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mouth,
Word of mouth.
Word of mouth.
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of a solution.
And those customers are still with us.
Yeah, almost 5 years, 6 years,
Yeah,
7 years customers are there, right? And adding new customers.
It's adding new
every
customers.
year.
Correct.
How is the threat now landscape moving forward? What do you think DLP plus adding a couple of more solutions to the product, or is that a plan?
Okay, so I think the threat landscape within DLP has changed. The threat landscape, data leak surface has changed last, I would say, post-pandemic. Earlier, we used to see a lot of data leak used to happen from USBs, emails, web, right, printers, which are still there. But now, how I leak information? I leak information via WhatsApp. I leak information via ChatGPT. I leek information via AirDrop, via Bluetooth, uploading something on GitHub, right? All these conferencing to like your Zoom team, we are on the conference call sharing a lot of information. So the leaked threat surface is different. So if we are able to even capitalize and capture that threat surface, I think we are ahead. Correct, because a lot of competitors or vendors, they're not able to catch up with these threat surfaces even now. So you have two choices: you grow vertically, you grow horizontally. So we have grown vertically. Now we are even growing horizontally, where we keep on adding a lot of components. Like we had mail gateway we released, right? We have added something called employee behavior monitoring, which is a horizontal transition. Then on the server activity monitoring, we have added something. Now within that, we started adding a lot of flavors. Like we have cover for my Mac, we have cover for Indian operating system, right? We have cover for Linux. Now we have cover for Windows. Right, so I think we are expanding both to ensure that we capture the market against the competition.
So, government's initiative of Make in India, promoting Make in India solutions, does it help?
Yeah, definitely. I think last 5-6 years, I think we have leveraged Make in India big time. We have a lot of customers who interested us because we are the only data security company out of India, right? Only focus on DLP.
Only focus on
DLP, number 1. 2, I think, and data security is a big issue for the government today, correct? And they can only trust and rely on the Indian vendors, right? When you talk about critical infrastructure, right? You talk about financial services, right? Public sector, smart cities, right? They rely on us, law enforcement, right? So I think, and there's a need to look for an Indian product. 1, 2, they know being an Indian company, they are very agile, they are very nimble or flexible in their approach when building the product. So which means we can meet their very localized use cases, like Aadhaar in Hindi or a PAN card which is printed in Hindi can't be addressed by an international product so easily.
Yeah.
Very simple example of PII data protection, right?
Linguistic approach,
correct.
challenges.
So I think those things have really helped us too in evolving the product while working with the government customers.
So is that only government is looking at Make in India, or you see enterprise also now getting hooked on to Make in India solutions?
I think both. Government is more because there is a mandate.
The mandate,
right? But from on the enterprise side of it, I think it is all about the organization or the management call to give preference to Indian companies. So yes, there are a lot of CXOs we know, they prefer Indian companies over the other companies.
Because a lot of new technologies
Correct.
are getting built within the country now.
Correct.
I have also seen certain places where initially when we used to go and talk about Make in India product, probably they would have said, no boss, not possible. We don't want to, I don't know whether it is reliable, the product is mature or not.
Yeah.
I think today people are looking at products seriously.
Yeah, actually. And you rightly said a lot of cybersecurity product companies evolved in the last 3 to 4 years. And I think if you look at the overall India stack, I think we cover 100% now. If tomorrow we have to compete with the global stack, I think today we have a lot of good cybersecurity product entrepreneurs from India. They build a great story, and I think we are trying to integrate with them to create a much bigger story.
Bigger pool.
Yeah, exactly.
A stack of a solution.
Of technology. Correct.
Okay, and what about the expansion, bro? Apart from India?
So we have set up our base in Dubai last year. So we have good handful customers. We have team there. We just started our operations both in Canada and Singapore, which just happened last 3 months.
Oh, last 3 months.
So we are expanding globally now.
So response is
good. I think there's a good respect for Indian vendors now. I think because of the global whatever political dynamics.
Okay.
I think I would say India is one of the countries which everybody would accept or everybody would rather admire on their cybersecurity initiatives. So we used to think that they will not buy from us.
The space was largely with Israeli or US.
Correct.
Now
with those vendors from those countries. Now India, I think, is in the forefront. So
forefront.
So we thought we will not get an acceptance, but now I think there's a great amount of acceptance from even the global customers, being an Indian company. So this is one good thing actually.
And how it is difficult to manage the support expectation of customers,
Oh yeah,
because in India normally if we buy something, we own the company technically. As a customer, if I bought something, I probably own the company. I need my support within the same time frame, or within a speculated time frame. So how tough is that to manage the expectation of Indian customers?
See, I think Indian customers are demanding because I think the business is done on relationships, right? And when we do and I think that's the way, that's what I've seen in the last 25 years. I'm sure the next 50 years it will remain because I think that's our culture. I think Atiti Devo Bhava. So
correct, yeah.
And we call customer as a god, correct? So I think in that context, right, I won't say it's wrong for a customer to have an expectation like this, right? But you have to balance it also. So when we do the balance, I think we look at this approach also. Along with this, we also have strong support SLAs, right, which we enforce both through the document and automation. But a lot of times, sometimes customers are in real pain. That time we generally bypass our support SLA, straight up pick up the phone, help the customer. So I would say you have to balance both. It's a question of at what stage the customer is in pain and how you can address the pain with your process or with your relationship. But I think that's how market is.
It is managed.
And that's how you have to build your backend processes, and that's how you have to inculcate work with your team, that they understand that, hey, if the customer call, don't look at the SOP, pick up the phone, solve the problem.
Call and get
it resolved, right? So I think that's one of the reasons why a lot of Indian cyber security vendors are successful over global vendors, because this is a USP. I think you picked up a very good point. The support product support is a USP for us.
Correct.
And that's one of the reasons why customer retention is very high.
Because we've seen a lot of OEMs, they said, no, we are not ready for India market. I said, why? I mean, what is it? They said, first you have to give discount to the customer and, at what not price customers demand. And then we can't handle the kind of support they ask. At that kind of cost, we cannot support. So that's
I think they're trained, their SOPs are built for the global market where things are so standardized. I will not say we don't have standards here. I think our standardization definition is slightly different than the global. And if you're building a company in India, so you have to change your way of standardization of your SOPs around support. And if you understand...
And they say Indian customers don't pay for support.
Yeah, certain do, certain don't. It's a battle you have to choose which direction I want to go. If it's a volume game, right, I don't mind picking up a volume game where the support cost is negligible because I recover my gross margins from the volume. But if I'm in a value player, right, I have to earn money because I have only limited market to address. So then I need money for support. So it depends which product you are selling in the market and how your ecosystem equation works largely economics works basically.
Largely economics, correct.
Yeah.
And one more thing I wanted to ask you, how do you manage the retention, team retention, employee retention?
See, I think
that is also a big challenge now.
It's a very big challenge. It will remain a big challenge for everyone, and it will remain a challenge for us as well, right? But I think the few things we do, I think we offer them complete ownership, which means we tell them go and take the ownership, run the initiatives. If the initiatives won't work, it's okay with us. Worse, you will collapse. We are fine with this because that's what startup is. Startup is all about risk, right? So as a founder, if I have taken the risk, if I have not given that platform for my team to take the risk, then I'm not the right founder. I'm not giving an ample opportunity. So that's one. And today's generation, they are open to take initiatives. They love taking a risk. So that's one part which gives them motivation. One. Two, if I am earning, I want my team to earn as well. So there's a good amount of incentive distribution which you have to build in the process of right. Two. Three, we don't believe in that somebody has to work for 2 years to hit this designation or work for 1 year to get the appraisal. If somebody is a rock star, deliver in 6 months, I think take it. So I think we don't mind giving those things, and we give them the visibility how you grow with us in this company, both financially, otherwise as well.
What I understood, what your organization has, you guys have a flat structure.
Yeah, correct.
It's not hierarchy.
No,
or
we don't
boss
believe in
or
hierarchy.
no.
If I am sitting on a table or a chair, so my team member is.
Correct.
So we don't have a concept that we should have a different structure. And we, as you rightly said, we believe in flat structure. It really works well for us. Yeah.
One aspect is about spirituality. I'm a very non-spiritual person. How spiritual Dhruv is?
I don't have the answer, to be honest. But I think what works when you're running a company,
we can't measure it.
Yeah. There's no way to measure it. I think but I think if you're running a company, spirituality, has to run with it, because what happens is it makes you composed. It makes you give you a lot of inner peace while taking decisions. You don't become impulsive or reactive to situations. Correct. You understand the person. There's a level of kindness. Love comes in the way you work with the people around you. That is one. So that is one aspect where spirituality really helps you to balance your company, people, everything around it. Number one. Two, I think the extension to this is meditation, right? Which really adds a lot of value of meditation linked to the business instincts or decisions, where the people take decisions based on certain data sets, data points, past experiences. I don't believe in this. I say I don't look at data, I don't look at past. I believe in my instinct. If my instinct says within 5 seconds, gut feeling you can say. Within 5 seconds, if I have an answer, I take it. And then I'll deal with the situation if anything happens wrong, right? But that's fine. But that's the instinct. So I think these instincts can be duelled over a period when you believe in, when you're God loving actually, right? So I think things fall in and you run the company the way you want, and people remains in peace. They are happy with you, right? You see a very positive vibe with the people working with you. So that is very important, right? It's just like you have to be kind and you have to be God loving. I think that's what I define spirituality is, nothing else.
Hobbies?
Okay. I think
one or two I know, but
I think I love cycling, correct. I love running, correct. I love listening music, right. That started playing guitar now, so maybe hopefully next time.
Next time probably we'll have a guitar session. Yes.
So I'm in the learning.
You play guitar. I'll start making beating drums. Maybe
so the plan is to create rock bands with our friends.
Yes, correct.
We should have a rock band. Yeah. Cybersecurity keep on running in parallel, but I think the life passion is to be a singer, to be a dramist.
हॉबी अपनी पूरी करनी
चाहिए यार, बिल्कुल करनी चाहिए. नौकरी और ये जॉब मन करे करना चाहिए, जो करना करो, बिल्कुल, absolutely correct. I agree. Yeah. So I think these are some hobbies I enjoy doing. Reading is hobby, so when I get time I read anything and everything. No such definition. I should only read fiction. I should only read whatever comes in front of me I read it.
And you do a lot of community services also, right? Yeah. So tell me about that a little bit.
See, community service is just about helping the people. I think helping the poor, helping the people who are jobless, helping the people who somehow lost their jobs, looking for something. So not such, I would say, great initiative. Personally feel, but yes, I think it is part of life. If God has given us this life, God has given us money to earn, right? It's always good to distribute and help somebody in a form of savor. We don't believe in giving money to people in this event. I rather believe in helping them how he can earn his living. For me, that is a savor. So which means I will give him the right input, maybe we train them, skill them, and get them to the level where they can be well interviewed by the company and they can be absorbed. So now he can build his own life and now build his future family.
Because you run a lot of HR placement.
So that's exactly what I meant, right? So I think this is something, anybody comes to me with a job request, I help wherever I can do in my network. I think in summary, this is what I do. Yeah. Not so great, successfully done, but we made our efforts. No, we made our conscious effort, to be honest. Yeah, to ensure that we try our best, and the rest is his destiny.
Correct.
Yeah.
अब मैं भूल गया क्या पूछना और क्वेश्चन खत्म हो रहे हैं क्या करें भाई
तो बर्फी खाओ
है ना so
but I think it's a great initiative. You started this podcast, right? Because it's an opportunity or a platform to you can open up
discuss. Right. I mean, so we decided that we'll keep it a tech initially when we decided we thought we'll have a tech product discussion, so technical discussion. I said
that's enough in the job.
Anyways, we can do. That's what we have been doing for so
ages.
long.
We should.
Let us discuss about life. Let us discuss about people, their success.
Correct.
So it turned around like this and
No, it's good actually.
and,
We have to. It has to cover everything actually.
yeah, थोड़ा करके 15 मिनट 20 मिनट बात कर लें एक दूसरे से, that is important.
That is important, correct.
You get to know more, about people.
People, correct.
People get to know more about you.
Yeah, correct.
You know, so there are a lot of. So any suggestions probably for a new tech startup entrepreneurs who are coming to the country? Starting a lot of startups happening.
We have to have a sanity in what we do in terms of business. I think a lot of people come with the great ideas. Where they lack is execution capability. Two, they don't trust the team under them because they say we are the CEO. I am the one build the product. I know everything, and this is where they lack the real merit of not hiring or choosing the right people. Three, I think once you get money, especially the ones who are funded, respect the money. They blow up the money.
गाड़ी लेनी है, घर लेना है.
Correct. They just go spend money in everything, right?
I've seen a lot of examples.
Yeah,
like that.
we have
People
so many examples.
Burnt money.
Correct.
Probably in second year of their operations, they have burnt money.
They burnt money out of business. Correct. You earn less revenue, but ensure that you build a financial sanity in your business.
Yeah.
I think that is the most important thing. And if that is there, company can run for years.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how small, big you are.
We have an example.
We all have an example. We all learn from our experiences,
exactly.
from our mistakes too. So I think that's the only thing. I don't think there's anything else in any startup. It's all about sanity of business. That really works.
Great.
And be customer obsessive. That's important. You should respect your customer.
That's the basic of any
Correct.
company organization.
And be open to listen.
You have to be customer centric.
Correct.
Obsessive. I think that is the right word.
And be open to listen what your team tell you. Well, the other one actually they are on the ground. They tells you everything, right?
Yeah.
A lot of time we turned our eye or ear, right? We don't listen to them.
Yeah, we know everything.
We know everything.
हमको सिखाएगा तू.
Exactly. हमको बताएगा कि कैसे कंपनी चलानी, धंधा करना है.
हाँ, वो तो फिर गड़बड़ है मामला.
Correct. So I think if you have that open thought process, I think the company will scale. Even system will scale. People will scale with you, and they love you. They love you the way you're running the show. So I think these are few things which works for everyone. I'm sure.
Great.
Dilip, thank you so much.
Good insights.
Thanks for hosting me. Great opportunity. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a great show.